Let me ask you something. The greatest gift we have is the gift of life, and the second greatest gift is what we become with that life. Most people live their entire lives without asking the most important question. What am I becoming? They become so busy making a living that they forget to design a life. But not you. Not today. Years ago, I worked at Sears, earning an ordinary wage and living an ordinary life. At the age of 25, a friend invited me to hear a man speak about success, and that day changed everything. What I learned was simple but powerful. Success is not something you chase. Success is something you attract by becoming an attractive person through your habits, your attitude, and your actions. What you do every day matters far more than what you do once in a while. We are all self-made, but only successful people admit it. Others spend their lives looking for someone to blame or some circumstance to point at. Not here. Not today. We are talking about taking your future into your own hands through the power of daily habits. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. That change happens through consistent daily habits that slowly and steadily transform who you are from the inside out. Some people wish for things to happen. Some people want things to happen. Successful people make things happen every single day through their habits. I want to share 7 habits that, when practiced daily, can completely transform your life. Not overnight, there is no magic pill for success. But over time, these habits compound like interest, creating a life of achievement, fulfillment, and joy that most people only dream about. These are the same principles I taught when I was just starting out, and they remain just as powerful today as they were then. Truth does not change. Principles do not change. Only strategies need updating for different times. Before we explore the habits themselves, we must understand why habits are so powerful. Happiness and unhappiness are both the result of habits. Success and failure are also the result of habits. It is not what happens to you that determines your future. It is what you do about what happens. Most people want to improve their circumstances, but they are unwilling to improve themselves. They want more money, but they do not want to become more valuable. They want better relationships, but they do not want to become a better person. Everything valuable requires time, effort, and sacrifice. There are no shortcuts. Your habits reveal your priorities. They show what you truly value, not what you claim to value. If you say health is important but never exercise, then health is not truly your priority. If you say financial freedom matters but spend everything you earn, then financial freedom is not really your priority. Your daily habits always tell the truth about what matters most to you. Here is something important to remember. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. It is not that successful people enjoy difficult tasks more. They simply understand the connection between short-term discomfort and long-term success. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, while the pain of regret weighs tons. Your habits also determine your character, and your character determines your destiny. What you do daily eventually defines who you become permanently. Small decisions, repeated every day, shape your character far more than occasional big decisions. With these 7 habits, I am not asking you to make dramatic changes overnight. I am suggesting small shifts in your daily routine that, over time, create massive results. Remember this, you do not have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. The first habit that can change your life is taking 100% responsibility for everything that happens to you. This habit alone separates successful people from unsuccessful people more than almost any other. Most people live in what I call the blame game. They blame the economy, their boss, their spouse, their parents, or the government. They blame anyone and anything except themselves. True growth begins the moment you stop blaming and start taking responsibility for your life, because when you accept responsibility, you gain the power to change your future. Here it is in TTS-ready paragraph format, but here is the truth. As long as you blame others for your situation, those people maintain control over your life. Taking responsibility is not about blame, it is about power. When I was struggling financially, I kept asking, why don't they pay me more? That was the wrong question. The better question was, how can I become more valuable? When my first marriage failed, I asked, why doesn't she understand me? Again, the wrong question. The better question was, how can I become a better communicator and partner? Taking responsibility means understanding a fundamental truth. Life does not happen to you. It happens because of you. Your current situation is the result of thousands of small choices made throughout your life. Some were conscious decisions, while many were unconscious habits. but they were all yours. A simple way to practice this habit every day is to ask yourself 2 questions whenever something goes wrong. What role did I play in creating this situation? And what can I do to change it? These questions move you from being a victim to becoming a creator, from being a passenger to becoming the driver of your own life. I remember counseling a young man who was always late for work. He had an excuse every time. Traffic was bad, his alarm failed, his children were slow getting ready. I asked him a simple question. If someone offered you $1 million to be on time every day for a month, could you do it? Of course, he said yes. Then I told him it was not a matter of capability, it was a matter of priority. Taking responsibility also means recognizing that while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you can always control your response. Weather happens, but your response to the weather is personal. Economic cycles happen, but your response to them is personal. Other people's actions happen, but your response to those actions is personal. Start this habit today. Stop saying I can't or if only. Replace those phrases with I choose and I will. Watch how this simple shift in language creates a powerful shift in mindset and ultimately in your results. Remember, it is not what happens to you that determines your future. It is what you do about what happens. The second life-changing habit is committing to continuous learning and personal growth. Formal education can help you make a living, but self-education can help you build a fortune. Most people finish school and stop learning. That mistake cost them dearly over time. When I was starting out, I made a commitment to read at least 1 book every week. Over the years, that habit gave me an enormous advantage. The books I read in my 20s shaped my 30s. The books I read in my 30s shaped my 40s. What you feed your mind today will appear in your life tomorrow. Reading is powerful, but it is not the only way to learn. Podcasts, online courses, seminars, and mentorships can all contribute to your growth. The specific method is not as important as making a daily commitment to learning. Remember, if you are not growing, you are dying. There is no standing still in life. I often tell people, do not wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Do not wish for fewer problems. Wish for more skills. Do not wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. That is how growth happens. As you learn, make notes. Do not simply consume information passively. Process it actively. Ask yourself, how can I use this idea? And how can I apply this principle in my life today? Knowledge is not power until it is applied. One of my earliest mentors shared a lesson I never forgot. He said, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. That advice changed my life. Most people focus all their energy on their work while neglecting their personal development. Then they wonder why their income never grows significantly. The truth is that your income rarely exceeds your level of personal development. That is why continuous learning is essential for extraordinary success. Start this habit today by reading, listening, or learning something new every single day. Even 15 to 30 minutes daily will compound dramatically over time. 5 years from now, you will be amazed by how much you have grown. 5 years from now, you will be amazed not only by how much you have grown, but also by how dramatically your circumstances have improved. The third habit that will transform your life is setting clear goals and creating daily plans to achieve them. Most people do not fail because they aim too high and miss. They fail because they aim too low and succeed, or worse, because they never aim at all. If you do not design your own life plan, chances are you will fall into someone else's plan. And the truth is, they probably do not have much planned for you. Not because they do not care, but because they are busy designing their own lives. Setting goals gives you long-term vision and short-term motivation. It focuses your energy, organizes your time, and helps you make the most of your life. Without goals, you are like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the currents take you. The first step is simple. Write your goals down. Something powerful happens when you put pen to paper. Written goals transform wishes into wants, ideas into plans, and dreams into reality. I recommend writing goals in key areas of life, including finances, career, health, relationships, personal development, and contribution to others. Be specific. Do not write more money. Write earn $100,000 this year. Do not write better health. Write exercise for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. The second step is to review your goals every day. This keeps them fresh in your mind and directs your subconscious toward opportunities that can help you achieve them. I used to carry my goals on a small card in my pocket and read them several times throughout the day. The third step is creating daily action plans. Break each goal down into simple, measurable actions that you can take today. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure is often the result of a few poor decisions repeated every day. I once knew a woman who dreamed of writing a book, but the project felt overwhelming. I suggested that she commit to writing just 1 page a day. That was all, 1 page. In a year, she would have 365 pages. Within 18 months, she had published her first book. Small daily actions create extraordinary results over time. Another important part of this habit is planning your day in advance. Spend 10 to 15 minutes each evening preparing for the next day. List your most important tasks and schedule specific times to complete them. This simple practice can double or even triple your productivity. Remember, we often overestimate what we can accomplish in 1 year, but underestimate what we can achieve in 5 or 10 years through consistent effort. Your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. Start this habit right now. Write down your major goals. Then identify one small action you can take toward each goal today. Schedule those actions and commit to completing them. Over time, these small daily victories will compound into extraordinary achievements. The fourth habit that will change your life is practicing daily financial discipline. Money is not the most important thing in life, but it affects many of the things that are important. Developing strong money habits is essential for achieving freedom, security, and peace of mind. Here is a truth that many people overlook. It is not how much money you make that determines your financial future, it is how much you keep. I have seen people earning $200,000 a year who were constantly broke, and others earning far less who were steadily building wealth. The difference was not income, the difference was habits. The first principle of financial discipline is spending less than you earn. It sounds simple, but many people live paycheck to paycheck regardless of their income level. Wealth is not measured by how much you spend. Wealth is measured by how much you accumulate. One approach I often recommend is the 70-30 rule. Live on 70% of your income. Save and invest 10%. Spend 10% on education and self-development. Give 10% to causes you care about. This formula can work whether your income is modest or substantial. The second principle is tracking your spending. Most people have no clear idea where their money goes. At the end of the month, they ask themselves, where did it all go? Start recording every dollar you spend. That simple awareness alone can dramatically change your financial behavior. When you know where your money is going, you gain the power to direct it where it should go. Financial success begins with awareness, followed by discipline, and then by consistent action. The third part of financial discipline is investing regularly. Make it automatic. Have money transferred from your checking account into savings and investment accounts before you have the chance to spend it. Remember the powerful principle, pay yourself first. Most people pay everyone else first, and then try to save whatever is left over, which is usually nothing. I often tell the story of two friends who started working at the same company with nearly identical salaries. One chose to live up to his income, buying new cars, taking expensive vacations, and dining out frequently. The other lived modestly and consistently invested 15% of his income. 20 years later, one was still working and worried about retirement, while the other had accumulated more than $1 million and had the freedom to choose his future. The income was the same. The habits were different, and the results were dramatically different. Another important part of financial discipline is avoiding bad debt. There is good debt, which helps you acquire assets that appreciate in value or generate income. Then there is bad debt, which is used to purchase things that lose value and produce no income. Most consumer debt falls into that second category. Make financial education a daily habit. Read books about money. Listen to podcasts about investing. Talk to financially successful people and learn from their strategies. Your financial intelligence will influence your financial future far more than your income alone. Start this habit today. Track every penny you spend for the next 30 days. Set up automatic transfers to savings and investment accounts. Read at least one article about personal finance each day. These small habits practiced consistently can create financial freedom over time. The fifth habit that will transform your life is effective time management. How you spend your time defines your life more than almost any other factor. Every person is given the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between average results and extraordinary results lies in how those hours are used. Most people spend too much time on things that matter very little. They devote hours to social media, television, and distractions that create little value, then complain that they do not have enough time to pursue their goals. Remember this: you cannot manage time. You can only manage yourself in relation to time. Time is your most valuable resource. Once it is spent, it can never be recovered. Money can be earned again, relationships can often be repaired, opportunities may return in different forms. But time, once gone, is gone forever. The first key to effective time management is prioritization. Know what matters most and focus your best energy there. I use what is commonly known as the 80-20 principle. Roughly 80% of your results come from 20% of your activities. Identify that crucial 20% and make it your primary focus. The second key is planning in advance. Plan your week before it begins and review your schedule each evening for the following day. When you plan ahead, your decisions are guided by priorities rather than moods or emergencies. The third key is eliminating time wasters. Many people spend countless hours each year on entertainment and distractions. Imagine what you could accomplish if even half of that time were redirected toward meaningful goals. This does not mean you should never relax or enjoy entertainment. It simply means being intentional. Choose specific times for recreation instead of allowing it to consume your free time without purpose. The fourth key is learning to say no. Every time you say yes to one thing, you are saying no to something else. Protect your time carefully. In many ways, it is even more valuable than money because you can always earn more money, but you can never create more time. The fifth key is batching similar tasks together. Constantly switching between different activities drains mental energy and reduces productivity. Group your phone calls together. Handle emails during specific periods. Reserve blocks of uninterrupted time for creative or focused work. You will accomplish more while using less energy. I once coached an executive who constantly felt overwhelmed by his workload. After examining his schedule, we discovered he was being interrupted all day by emails, phone calls, and unexpected visitors. I suggested that he assign specific times for handling those interruptions and protect the rest of his schedule for focused work. Within a month, he was accomplishing more in 6 hours than he had previously achieved in 10. That is the power of focused attention. Remember, time management is not about cramming more activities into your day. It is about creating more value from the time you already have by focusing on what truly matters. Do not confuse activity with accomplishment. Many people stay busy all day without producing meaningful results. Start this habit today. Identify your 3 most important tasks for tomorrow. Schedule dedicated time to work on them without interruption. Turn off notifications during those periods and focus completely on the task at hand. At the end of the day, review what you accomplished compared to what you planned. This simple practice will help you become more productive, more intentional, and more successful over time. This simple practice will dramatically increase your productivity and help you make better use of every day. The 6th habit that can change your life is actively building strong relationships. Your success and happiness will be determined largely by the quality of your relationships at home, at work, and within your community. Many people believe relationships simply happen on their own, but that is not true. Good relationships, like anything valuable, require consistent attention, effort, and investment. In many ways, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. That is why relationship building is one of the most important habits you can develop. Start with the people closest to you, your family, and your intimate relationships. These connections influence your health, your mood, your productivity, and your overall sense of well-being more than almost any other factor. Yet many people spend more time maintaining their cars than nurturing their marriages or strengthening family bonds. At the same time, be mindful of the people you allow to influence your thinking. Limit your exposure to individuals who constantly complain, spread negativity, or drain your energy and enthusiasm. This does not mean abandoning friends during difficult times. There is a difference between someone facing temporary challenges and someone who has adopted negativity as a permanent way of life. Strong relationships are built on strong communication skills. Practice active listening by giving people your full attention instead of thinking about what you will say next. Ask thoughtful questions and show genuine interest in other people's lives, dreams, and concerns. These simple habits create trust, connection, and mutual respect. Make an effort to remember names, send thank you notes, acknowledge birthdays, and celebrate important milestones. Call or send a message simply to check in on someone. These small gestures may seem insignificant, but over time they build tremendous goodwill and strengthen relationships in meaningful ways. In professional relationships, focus on giving value before expecting anything in return. Look for opportunities to help others achieve their goals. Make introductions, share useful information, offer encouragement, and provide support whenever possible. What you give often comes back to you many times over. Throughout my life, I have known talented people whose careers stalled because they neglected relationship building. I have also known individuals with average talent who achieved extraordinary success because they developed strong networks and positive relationships. Technical skills may help you get hired, but people skills often determine how far you advance. Start this habit today by identifying the most important relationships in your life. Decide which ones deserve more attention and schedule time to strengthen them. Put away your phone during conversations. Ask better questions. Listen more carefully. Send a note of appreciation to someone who has positively impacted your life. Small, consistent actions will transform your relationships over time and create a richer, more fulfilling life. The final habit that will transform your life is taking daily care of your physical health. Without good health, everything else becomes more difficult. Your energy, your mood, your mental clarity, your productivity, and even your longevity depend on how well you care for your body. Success becomes much easier when you have the strength, vitality, and discipline that come from good health. When your body is functioning at its best, you can think more clearly, work more effectively, and enjoy life more fully. Taking care of your health is not a luxury, it is a responsibility and an investment in every other area of your life. Remember that success is not a mystery, and it is not reserved for a lucky few. Success is the natural result of practicing the right habits consistently over time. The 7 habits we discussed today, taking full responsibility for your life, committing to continuous learning, setting clear goals, practicing financial discipline, managing your time wisely, building strong relationships, and taking care of your physical health, are not complicated. Yet they have the power to completely transform your future. The truth is that your life tomorrow will be shaped by the choices you make